Pastor Jerry. Hey. Okay, my name is Nicole and I'm giving this testimony from India. And I'm giving the testimony on behalf of my mother back home in Nigeria. She has been afflicted with hypertension for almost 20 years because I grew up meeting her taking those medications. And me being in India, I got thinking like those medicines are not working. Let me get her good medicine from India that would, heal her faster or at least reduce the intake of medicines that she takes. And for me to do that, since she's not here, she has to go and do a complete checkup to enable the doctors here know what they would give her and how to treat her. So I sent her and I told her go to the hospital to get a complete checkup done, and she did. And when she did, from the hypertension that took her there for us to treat it, we now found out that she had cervical cancer. Hey, Pastor Jerry. And not just that though, the cervical cancer was already at stage 3, and that thing doesn't even have symptoms. She didn't know. If we had not done that, we would not have known that there was something else eating her up from the inside. So now the doctors were like, she has to go through an operation as soon as possible because the virus, the cancer was spreading, and if they don't take out her womb, it's going to spread into other of our organs. And I'm like, God, okay, at least I'm your last child, you don't need the womb again, so take it out. And then when they called the money, Jesus Christ, it was huge. And after that, she has to go for chemo and all the rest of that. It was a huge amount of money, and I don't have it. At that time, I was already at the altar of fire, and I knew that what God cannot do does not exist. I see people's testimonies every day about cancer being reversed, this and that. I say mine will not be an exception. So now, since we don't have that money for the operation, we have to face it with prayers. So I started praying. I prayed and prayed for months. So whenever she calls, I'm like, she will be complaining. I'm like, okay, you go for a second opinion. When she went for another test, that one was like, is this person still alive? You people have to do this as soon as possible. When she got to the hospital for us to, know how it's going, the operation is going to go, the doctors, if you're familiar with UBTH in Edo State, you would know how booked and how tight that hospital is. So they told her that they were booked, as at that time it was like in August. So they told her that from August to October that they are booked. No day is free for her to go through the surgery. So they said that with this new checkup that she has done, she can wait from now till that October. And I said, thank God. That means she will not do that operation. I started praying again. I put it in the altar of fire. I was praying seriously about it. So getting to October, because before then she will still go to regular checkup. So when it got to that time, it's okay, go for the checkup. Now they said, okay, they have to check her heart, if she can take the surgery, if she can recover easily after the surgery. So many procedures, of which most of them will take you 2 weeks to come back, 1 week to come back. To me, that time was for me to know that yes, God is really doing something, because from the moment that they extended the operation day, that was when I knew that God is going to do something. So I kept praying, what God cannot do does not exist. Pastor will pray, you will not service negativity with your money, cervical cancer, I terminate it.
The Lord is wiping away cervical cancer. He's wiping away cervical cancer. He's wiping away cervical cancer.
Only to get to the October that they were supposed to do that surgery, she went in again. And guess what, Pastor Jerry? They told my mother that there was no trace of cancer in her system. Hey, when she called me, Pastor Jerry would say, how will you shout? I screamed like a mad woman. I screamed. It was as if it was from my body that this cancer left. I was happy. So now they told her that she has to still keep coming for regular checkup every 2 weeks or 1 month to see if it is totally gone, because it was surprising to them, something of stage 3, not there no more, like no trace, as if like the womb was normal, like a young person's own. And I was confused, like how I've never seen this kind of, I have been seeing it on NSPD, but I've never experienced such. So after the first month, I wanted to give my testimony then, but I needed to be sure, because they said the checkup was going to last for 6 months for them to be completely sure that it's gone for good. So every month she was going, up until last month that she called me again that she had done the very last one, and they said everything is normal. And I want to say a very big thank you, Pastor Jerry. If not for you, what would I have done? Because this woman is in her 60s. Apart from even raising the money to do that surgery, how are we sure that she's going to recover? It was a whole lot. Hey God, I want to say thank you, Pastor Jerry, because what you have done, your prayers, what is doing in our lives, we cannot even begin to say it. As I'm here and I'm still overwhelmed, I don't know how to say it. This God is a good God. What God cannot do does not exist.